I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. Now Susan will read our daily word and announcements.
Okay. Our daily word for today is service. I am a channel for good and a blessing for others. I can serve others in a myriad of ways. Perhaps I already know of a need I could fulfill, or am searching for the right opportunity. My giving begins with a willingness to serve. Then I listen for a prompt from within, make a commitment, and take action. The love of God inspires me to help others. Regardless of how I serve, I give from this love. We all share a spiritual kinship that connects us, heart and soul. Whether I work behind the scenes or interact with people face to face, each caring act blesses the giver and the receiver. We are all fulfilled and blessed as we care for and about each other. From Matthew 25, verses 34 and 35. Come, you that are blessed by my Father, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. Our affirmation again. I am a channel for good and a blessing for others.
I am a channel for good and a blessing for others.
Very nice. Our announcements. Deanna is starting several classes coming up at her house. First one is on the 15th. It's a dream work class. The 15th would be a
Tuesday.
At
Yes.
7 p.m.
Yes.
And see Deanna if you need her address or
Yes.
any of these classes. The next one, the week following, on the 22nd, is Hauntings and Spirits.
Yes.
And the third class will be Saturday, October 26th, Energy Healing. The first two classes are supplies charge of $15.
Yes.
And the Energy Healing is a little bit more at $30. It'll be Saturday, October 26th at 1, from 1 to 4. And the others are on Tuesday evening at 7.
Yes.
So, did you want to go into any details on any of those right now?
Well, the dream workshop is just about learning how to work with our dreams, because they are doing a lot, for us. We just don't always get the message from them. And then the spirits, ghosts, and hauntings, I offer that every year just before Halloween, because I love to. It's a fun class. But we just talk about ghosts. Get all spooky. The energy healing class is on Saturday. You'll actually learn to balance chakras. We'll work with crystals, pendulums, but to do energy healing on ourselves and other people. Okay, so when you're done with the class, you'll be able to do energy work on someone else.
Very nice.
Yes.
Coming up on Saturday, October 12th, we're having our Bake and Book Sale. So we need books and baked goods donated for this.
Yes.
And it's happening
at my house at like 10 a.m. and we'll go through the afternoon. We start it, and just as it kind of starts to peter out, we start putting stuff away, as the food's gone, So, but I just live in Redlands, not too far. A lot of you have been over there, so it ought to be fun.
Okay.
Are donations during the week or the morning of, or either?
Either would be fine. Yeah.
Because the cookies would be, or the baked goods might be fresher that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And up till now, we've been having our birthday and potluck Sunday, the second Sunday every month. So that means Sunday, October 13th will be birthday Sunday. And I think Deanna's throwing the question out to the group, do we want to do potlucks again every month, quarterly? I'm kind of looking for some feedback, I think.
Yeah. Do we want to do potluck next week or just have cake?
I'd say just cake.
Okay.
And do the potlucks quarterly. That's a good idea.
Okay.
I cook enough.
Okay. Okay.
But ask the rest of the group.
Yeah.
How they
Any other
feel.
pros or cons or yays or nays or strong
Vote on it.
opinions either way?
Yeah, every month.
have a chance to get some good food.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not a very good cook.
You guys should get
I'll buy
together.
something. I'll go to Gerard's.
Well, ask the voters.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they want to do it.
Yeah, you know, I guess we could vote on it, or if you just want to bring food next week, you know?
Whoever wants to.
I just noticed time's been getting away from me, and I'm like, I forgot, we're having the bake sale next Saturday, and then the potluck.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, I forgot all about that, and I hadn't even planned anything. I didn't put a list out here at church. Normally I put a sign-up sheet a couple weeks ahead of time, and I totally spaced on that, so.
Okay, so shall we show of hands on who would like to do potluck
Okay.
next week?
Yes to a potluck?
Yes to potluck, hands up.
Okay then we'll just bring,
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll do, and then we don't have a sign-up sheet, so we'll,
The ones that held their hands up, bring some.
yes.
that's it.
Yeah.
Potluck.
I just didn't want to spring it on everybody last minute, but if you guys are willing to bring some food, then
A true potluck
just
where
enjoy
we
it.
don't know what we're getting.
that is it, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I have yet.
Thank you, okay. Yes, Marianne.
What time is the book sale?
The book sale will start at 10 and then just kind of go through the afternoon. Okay, but yes, if you want me to pick up books, if you live in this area, I can pick books up during the week. Okay, if you just like to get rid of them right away because you're afraid you'll forget. Do what I do at the last minute. No, I just may read this again. Go home with all my same books that I went down there with. Okay. Yeah. And thank you, Kim, for our poster with our song on it. We need to, yeah. I was thinking it'd be fun if we could get Missy to just hang it up for us.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. All right, well, my talk today is on 7 practices of light. And it was inspired because Paul says very wisely in the book of Ephesians, you are children of light. Walk like children of light. And so walking like a child of light is just walking the walk like an evolved person, right? Somebody who strives for enlightenment. And I don't know, some people believe enlightenment comes and you never have to worry about it again. I wonder if it's like it's a process. Sometimes we have more enlightenment and then we kind of go back to our old ways, and then we're more enlightened and then we're not. And so it's like an everyday thing. Well, for most of us, many people, we create a pattern of thought. Okay, so we're creating a habit in the way we think. And it is the habits of thinking that are going to help us walk that path of light or not. And so you might have noticed this. If somebody cut you off on the freeway and you automatically get mad at them, that's because that's the pattern of thought, right? If somebody crosses the crosswalk and you've been waiting to turn for a really long time and you're just like, oh, could you walk faster, right? That is a pattern of thought. You can tell that happened to me coming down here today, right? Walk faster, I have to get to church. But see, the thing about that, as beings of light, we have the power within us to change those patterns. We have the power within us to change any habit that we have. Any habit that especially is not for our best good. And when we change our patterns, we change our levels of awareness. As some of you know, a couple weeks ago I started the 30 days of being sugar-free. And some of you volunteered to do 30 days of something also, right? Well, I found out how much awareness it takes to actually go sugar-free, right? Because I did pretty good, and I go 4 days into it, and my daughter has a field trip at school, and I'm one of the drivers, and we're going to the LA County Fair. So I'm like, well, I'm packing my lunch, right? I'm afraid of fair food, and so I packed my lunch, and I packed a very thoughtful lunch. I had gluten-free crackers, I had sliced turkey, and I had a sliced up nectarine, right? What a beautiful lunch, right? And I get down there and I'm like eating my fruit and I'm all like, oh, I'm eating so healthy and like I'm sugar-free now for 4 days, everybody. And like I was watching the other grown-ups there eat the deep fried Twinkies and I'm like, I don't even want one. I don't even want one, right? I've never had one, I don't want one. And then we get in line with the kids, right, to get their lunches. And Macy orders her lunch, and with her lunch, she gets a Coke. Well, so I'm holding the Coke for her. And do you know what I did? I just took a giant swig out of it without even thinking.
Oh, no.
You didn't know I did that, did you? That's my daughter back there. And I'm drinking, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm not even a soda drinker. I'm not a soda drinker. I have ginger ale once in a while, but it's not like I have a Coke every day or root beer or anything. I'm not a soda drinker. Most of the time, we don't even have soda in the house, right? I just took a huge swig. Later on that afternoon, she got some lemonade, strawberry frozen lemonade, right? Took another big swig, and I'm like, I'm actually sucking it down. I'm like, sugar. I was like, oh, there I did it again. And it was my awareness. That's what it was. If somebody had said, do you remember you're sugar-free? And I'd be like, oh yeah. Because I had gone through like a painful detox process. I was proud of where I was. And then I start over again. And that's what we do. Walking a path of light is about our awareness. It's about having awareness of what it is that works through us, what we're worthy of. Because most of the time, we lose awareness of how worthy we really are, what kind of beings of light we really are. Michael Bernard Beckwith said, a committed spiritual practice illuminates and clarifies our purpose on this planet. And so that's a committed practice. Okay, it's being committed to something. I was pretty committed to the 30 days of sugar-free, and I still am. I still am committed, and I went over my grocery list again with my husband, things I need to make life easier. But now I'm more aware of it. When we had our book club, like, well, what do I want to put out? Am I going to put out something I'm going to forget about and just eat it or drink it? I was like, nah, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll make some sugar-free iced tea, right? It's always good. So I decided to think about what are some practices of light that people who have more awareness do more often than they don't. Okay? And the first thing was to practice gratitude in all things, no matter what life looks like. Gratitude, I talk about gratitude a lot, and it is because gratitude is the most important key we'll ever get. A lot of people don't believe it because it sounds so simple. Oh, what? I'm just supposed to be grateful, right? That's all? Well, it is simple, but it's powerful. It's really powerful. Gratitude helps us to move out of a space of suffering. Now, we get into a space of suffering, first of all, because we've had pain in our life. Now, we're always going to have pain. There's going to be something painful at some point in time. Okay, pain is inevitable, suffering is not, right? That was the Buddha that said that. Now, but pain is a reaction to an outside event, okay? We have pain in our toe because we accidentally kicked a concrete stair, so the toe hurts. We have a broken heart because a relationship did not work out, okay? And so it's an outside event that causes either physical or emotional pain. Now, it's an event. That's what pain is. Pain is an event. Suffering happens when we look at the event and we say, that was wrong, that should never have happened, what am I going to do about this, why does the universe hate me, okay? It's judging it as wrong. Now the thing is the painful event has already happened. We can't take it back. If we've hit our foot or had our heart broken, it's already happened. Now if we stay in a space of suffering with it, we don't get the opportunity to experience happiness. We don't get the opportunity to move forward. And so we keep reliving it all the time. Have you ever noticed if you resented something that somebody did, and then they would pop into your head, you would feel resentful all over again, even though the event may have happened years ago, right? That's suffering. It's reliving that event all the time. It's feeling that anger again. It's feeling that betrayal again. It's feeling the resentment or the bitterness again. Okay, even though the event is long past. And when that happens to us, we lose our ability to see the sacredness that is in all of life. There's sacredness everywhere around us and working through us. And we miss that when we are in a space of suffering. So say that we have a painful event happen. but we are able to practice gratitude instead. Okay, so like I hit my foot, and then I was grateful that I had this Badger sore muscle rub cream. It smells like ginger. My dog likes to lick it. It's really funny to watch. It burns her tongue a little because of the ginger, but I don't know. She's just kind of crazy, and she wants to just keep licking my ankle. I don't know. I was like, stop it. But it gave me something to laugh at, right? I know sometimes it's hard to find anything to be grateful for about the event itself, but we can still find something somewhere else in our life that will help distract us to get us out of the space of suffering, because that's really what we need. Gratitude changes our emotions. And when our emotions have been changed, we see the world differently. Our perception of things around us is different because of having gratitude, because our emotions have been changed. I know somebody who went to a Mexican food restaurant like 40 years ago and found something in the burrito that didn't belong. And this person could not say a nice thing about the restaurant for the next 40 years. It was really funny, and this person couldn't go back there, which I may feel funny about going back to a place if it had something weird in the burrito. But the thing is that we can just let it go and forget about it, instead of getting mad at the waitress all over again, instead of getting mad at the cooks all over again. That brings suffering, okay? There's a saying, and I don't know how relevant it is still these days, but it's a computer saying, and it's called GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. I know you work with computers a lot. Do people still say that? I mean, programmers, that's a programmer thing, right? Garbage in, garbage out. I took some programming classes one time, and boy, if you put the wrong thing in, it won't work, right? So seriously, garbage in, garbage out. So if we put something into our emotions that makes us really, really unhappy, what goes into the inner world comes out in the outer world. So if we're upset at someone, it goes in, and we feel the pain from that. We start suffering from that, it comes out again, right? It just continues to cycle. So if we put resentment in, we get resentment out. Whatever goes in, comes out. Now, when we put gratitude in, it works through us. Everything has to go through us. You feel it every time you feel an emotion. It's inside of you, right? You feel it, and no matter how great it is, no matter how awful it is, that emotion goes inside of you. And then it comes out into your world, right? You're happy, the world is beautiful, everybody's smiling, okay? Or the world's not beautiful and everybody's out to get you, right? So gratitude helps us to change. If we're putting gratitude in, we find more things around us to have gratitude for. And I've practiced this in the hardest time in my life. I didn't know what else to do. Okay, I started a serious practice of gratitude, where I would write down things I was grateful for. I would say it out loud in my car if I was alone. I still do that now because I have to take my kids to school, and then I have to drive home, and I'm alone. And so I say gratitudes when I'm in the car alone. It's gratitude that is the greatest secret of all. Okay, we've read The Secret, we've heard of The Secret, and then all the books that built upon that. The real secret behind the secret, the key to the secret, right? It's all gratitude that gets the ball rolling. Gratitude is also the fast track to spiritual mastery. It gets us there faster because it assumes a happy outcome. When Paul said to in all things give thanks, what that means is it helps us to move out of a state of suffering. Okay, we don't have to give thanks for the terrible things, in spite of the terrible things. That way we can move forward again. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to have that light working through us. So the master, the spiritual master, finds a reason to be thankful even when something painful happens. Okay, and that's a good place to get to. That's a good place. So if our practice includes gratitude, it helps us to be more optimistic. The next practice is giving without an agenda. When we are walking the spiritual path, wanting to walk the path of light, we learn to give without an agenda, because when we are giving, giving our love, compassion, an ear that listens, we are expanding our awareness, and we're creating a wealthy, healthy inner life. Because whatever we give has to come through us. Okay? Everything has to come through us. We have the experience then of everything we give. We experience every emotion we have. And what we're giving is going to trigger emotions. Okay, when we're giving love, when we're giving understanding, when we're giving compassion, that's all working through us. So we have the experience of that also. That's why love begets love, right? We give love, we feel love. Now the universe is always seeking to give love and understanding and compassion. The universe only can give through each of us. Each of us are created to be a divine channel for the universe to give what it wants to give into this world. And that's love and compassion and understanding. It's resources. Okay, so as we become givers, giving without an agenda, just giving our love, the universe can work through us. The universe cannot work through somebody who is afraid to give, because being afraid to give means there's a consciousness then of limitation. And that shuts us off from the divine good working through us. Okay? Being open to just give whatever we can give at that moment. Okay? A loving thought towards somebody who just really annoyed us, right? We'll let the universe work through us and send that love out there. And it frees us from the belief that we have to give something to get something back that we want, right? We don't want to have to do anything, right? That is limitation. That's forgetting that God does everything for us by doing through us. Okay, so there's an unlimited source that is ready to work through us right now, if we allow it, right? Giving without agenda allows that. It moves through us. The next practice is to practice forgiving. I feel like I'm practicing this all the time. When we are resisting forgiving someone else, and most of this information is out of Michael Bernard Beckwith's book, Spiritual Liberation. He said this in a way that I had never pondered before, but it's when we resist giving, it's because we're holding on to the need to be right. Now, I had figured that, but I never heard it put that way and so bluntly. When I can't forgive somebody, it's because I want to be right. I want to hang on to my righteous whatever it is that I'm hanging on to. Right? I was right. You must apologize to me. When we practice forgiveness, what we do is we honor the sacredness that's in all of life, the sacredness that is working through each and every person, even when they do not have the appearance of the sacred in them, even though they're not behaving as if there's anything sacred within them. We know that it's still there. And so when we can practice forgiveness, we're giving them a break, we're remembering what works through them, but we also give ourselves a break by remembering what works through us also. And that we are unlimited. We are unlimited when we can just forgive. Okay? Because God can easily work through a forgiving heart. The next practice is to celebrate life. Life is a celebration. It is not a problem. Life is not a problem to be solved. It is a mystery to be lived. I love that. In all of its fearsome light and color and beauty, everything about life deserves to be celebrated. Okay, everything about it. Every bit of it deserves to be honored. If we are seeing problems around us in the world, we just don't have the awareness in that moment that God works through all things. Okay, when we're seeing a problem with anything outside of us that we disagree with, okay, we're just not seeing God in that. Michael Bernard Beckwith said, problems are a human predicament, not a divine one. I used to know some moms from my old homeschooling days. I know a lot of gals who like to raise chickens, and they say they make great pets even, right? And then they get all these eggs too. But what they had to do when they would get baby chicks, or in the eggs still, right? They had to resist the temptation to bust the egg open for that baby chick. Because when you watch the process, it is so slow and can take maybe 24 hours. And you just imagine this poor little chicken there. It's like the shell's so hard and it's trying to bust through, right? But do you know that intervening in that process could actually kill the chick? Because when they're going through this process, they are activating something in their heart, in their lungs, and their circulation. Okay, the pecking, the continuous pecking and the breaks, they need the breaks also. They can't just peck solid. They have to peck a little and then take a break, and then peck a little and take a break. Okay, they're preparing for life in the outside world. Until they can get through that shell on their own, they're not ready for the outside world. Okay, the chick doesn't need to be rescued. Well, I guess if you're a chick breeder and you breed thousands of chicks all the time, at some point maybe you're going to pull a little shell off for somebody. But that's an unusual circumstance, right? I'm not telling you to just ignore that, right? Consult the chick breeding manual. Don't listen to me. But those are extenuating circumstances. Because in general, the majority of the time, the chick has what it needs right inside of it. It's already implanted. It's ingrained in it. How to get out of that shell. Okay, it doesn't see it as a problem. It is evolving. It is growing into its next best space, into the next grandest version of itself. Now, we also have everything inside of us, just like that chick does. We are always in the process of evolving into the next grandest version of ourselves. Now, when we can see life as a celebration, okay, we don't see that problems hold us back. We see that there's a way to move through them. And it may take longer sometimes. Some problems maybe take a while to figure out. And some problems maybe are solved easily. But when we see life as a celebration, we remember what works through us. We remember what inspires us to take the next step. Everybody in this room has solved a problem at some point. I would bet you've solved lots of problems, right? Somehow it just came to you, right? Or you had help at the right time, but something happened. Something came through you or through a helpful person, and you moved on through to the next part of your life. I would also imagine that everybody in this room has grown when they've overcome a situation that was challenging them. We evolve. We evolve just like that baby chick does. So we celebrate life all the time. We don't have to celebrate the awful events that happen. Okay, if there's a car crash or something, I mean, we don't have to celebrate that. Okay, celebrating life is about remembering that it's love that works through us, that it's God that works through us, so that we can move past it. We can move past it into the next grandest version of ourselves. Now, the next practice is to accept ourselves. That can be kind of hard for some people. I know it's kind of hard for me sometimes. When I have people outside of myself saying, "Oh, Deanna, that was awesome," right? I'm like, "I'm so awesome." But then it's like, "Oh, Deanna, man, what were you thinking?" And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm terrible." That's how I feel. The thing is that when we have acceptance from outside of us, it's not going to last. Right? It'll give us a boost for a little while, but then at some point we're going to be home by ourselves and we're going to be thinking our own thoughts and working on our own stuff, and we don't have that outside support anymore for us. We've got to do it within us. Okay? In the book of Luke, Jesus says, "For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and is himself destroyed or lost? It does not do us any good to have the entire world love us." Okay, we still have to find a way to love ourselves. We love ourselves by remembering what works through us. There are a lot of famous people out there who are loved by thousands and thousands of people who have had suffering in their lives, who that love has not been enough for them. Okay, like Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, Kurt Cobain. All of that love from the whole world was not enough for them. Okay, Lindsay Lohan and Miley Cyrus. Okay, all that love was not enough. They still had to do something to stir up, what drama, right? So they could still be accepted through the drama, so then they could still accept themselves. We are already beloved by the universe. No matter what our actions are, The universe always loves us just the way we are, no matter what mean thing we say or thought we think. The universe always loves us just the way we are. We are beloved, okay? That means also that we are all beloved to each other. We just don't always have the awareness, okay? But we are connected. We are connected. We're all an idea in the mind of God, okay? We're all connected. So that we just don't feel that beloved feeling for all of humanity all the time because we don't have the awareness. If we need something outside of us to make us feel better, we shut ourselves off from the universe working through us. We shut ourselves off from discovering that love that nurtures us, that works through us all the time. So what we want to do, ideally, is stop devoting our energy to being accepted by people outside of us. That's inauthentic. Okay, needing somebody to like us, that has an agenda, right? I need them to like me, so I will do this and this and this, right? Okay, that's an agenda. That takes up a lot of energy. I remember when I first started playing guitar, I had to have people like me so bad, it was crazy. Right? I was like, well, I hope they like me, and I hope they approve of me, and why won't they ask me to come sing again? And, well, why didn't they ask me to join this band? And why didn't I do, and I would just make myself crazy because it wasn't coming from in me, right? Kim would say, oh, Deanna, I love that song. And I'd be like, yay, why can't everybody be like Kim? Okay, so I had to grow past that, okay? And maybe sometimes we have other stuff that comes up like that for us, right? But it's inside of us. And when we live authentically, we don't have to search for people who like us to be a certain way. Authentic living means the universe works through us, and we just naturally start attracting people who are aware of being beloved by the universe, okay? So we attract belovedness to us, and we send out belovedness to us. I was hard on myself not too long ago, because we like to get people outside of us to like us, right? But then sometimes we're hard on ourselves. Okay, we think we have to do things a certain way. We need to be better, brighter, or something, right? Not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago, I got really mad at somebody, and then I said some really unkind things about this person. I was just like, and then I was just like, oh, damn it, you're a minister, you're not supposed to be talking like that. Who are you even trying to like grow this little church? You can't even say kind things about somebody who's awful. And then I was like, wow. Well, they deserved it. They were really mean to me a long time ago. I tried to justify it. Okay? So luckily, I asked for some divine intervention, and I just had this feeling of learning forgiveness again. Learning forgiveness for myself, letting go, just letting go. And that they're just a teacher bringing me forgiveness again. Okay, that feels so different. Okay, when we feel that within ourselves, it feels wonderful. Okay, so we want to invest our energy in getting to know that spirit that works through us. We want to invest our energy in that, because that's what we send love through, we experience love, and what do we have in the outer world, right? The inner world is filled with love, the outer world will be too. And then we see through the problems, right? And this is because of our connection to each other, okay, our connection with the source within. When we're connecting to each other, we're connecting with the source within them also. Okay, so that's authentic and true unconditional love. Another practice of light is to choose happiness and not drama. Have you ever heard the quote, I have drama, therefore I am? What?
Drama queen.
Yes, yes. Sometimes we're choosing drama, and it's because we don't have enthusiasm. Now, when we have enthusiasm, think about how enthusiasm feels. Get your creative juices flowing, right? You get excited, right? Things start happening, you're moving forward. If we don't have enthusiasm, we're feeling the lack of it. Now, drama can actually mimic this a little bit in the way it gets the juices flowing. It's weird, huh? But think about it. If it really does. Sometimes if you want it just for grins, try it out. You'll see, right? The difference, however, between drama and enthusiasm, though, is with enthusiasm, there's an outcome of beauty. Something has been created. Okay, something that was love worked through you and came out into the world. Okay, that's enthusiasm, right? It filled us, right? So we felt content. Drama does not create anything beautiful in the world, though. The drama does not fill the need that we have to have our creative juices flowing. So it just leaves another gaping hole for us, right? And then we think we have to have drama again to fill it up, right? We get rid of one drama, and then it's like, well, I need those juices flowing again and create another drama. I have been really blessed to know some serious drama queens, and they're amazing to watch. I'm kind of a drama queen, right? But I'm not like serious like they are. And it's amazing. It's amazing the things that can be turned into drama. I mean, it's amazing, right? And they get energized. They have all this like, whoa, this vibrant, it seems vibrant, whatever it is that's coming out of them, right? But the thing is there's no good outcome from that. There's no happiness. Drama sees problems and it makes up stories about people and situations, okay? Inspiration sees challenges and it gives us the opportunity to grow and expand. Okay, we come from light. Light is meant to expand. Light is not meant to withdraw. You light a candle, the light escapes from it. It doesn't come back, right? The light, it goes one direction, outward, expansion. Okay, we are made to expand. Drama is ego-driven. Inspiration is spirit-driven. So we choose happiness. We get inspiration. We get the enthusiasm. We get all those creative juices flowing again. And again, it's just a choice. This last practice is having some downtime. Downtime is when we regroup and we get reconnected to that source within us. Downtime is when we give ourselves a chance to feel how that love works through us, to rest ourselves, okay, to get ready for the next step of whatever adventure we're living, right? Going hiking, going to the ocean, walking the dog, horseback riding, all of that is downtime, okay? It frees up our spirit, our mind, our emotions, our body, okay? That's all downtime. Now, the greatest challenge to our downtime is always going to be us. The other day, I had 4 clients in a row, which I love that, right? But at the end of my 4th client, I was done, and I'm like, okay, it is time for some me time to rejuvenate, right? Get recentered, rebalanced. I made my lunch, and it was this really good curry rice from Trader Joe's, and I like mixed some chicken in with it. It was beautiful. And then I opened my computer up and I started working on my sermon. I was like, wait a minute. And I was like eating fast, right? I was like, this isn't my downtime. I was feeling kind of selfish about it. I was like, no, I don't have time to just sit and relax. But I do. We all do. All of us deserve that time to take for ourselves, to let ourselves relax, let ourselves get recentered and rebalanced. When we're balanced inside, everything in the outer world functions better for us. And I think anybody who has a regular meditation practice would tell this is very true. Okay? But the downtime can look however we want it to look, as long as it is truly downtime. I actually have clients who will come in, and about half of them will answer their cell phone in the middle of a session. And it's kind of funny. I mean, if I go like get massage or something like that, I'll usually leave my phone on but silent, and I'll ask whoever's working on me, if you see my kids' names or the Grove School, and let's answer it. But that's, otherwise I ignore the phone, right? But I've actually had people like, oh, hello, hey, oh, nothing. Yeah, and then they'll do this, oh yeah, I could go Friday, what's playing? Oh, hold on real quick, I can look. And they'll take their phone. They're like, I'm just like, you know what? It's your time. You're still paying for it. Oh. Now, I've talked about our garden before, right? We plant a garden. We get the ground ready to accept those seeds, and then we choose our seeds. We don't just randomly throw stuff in there, right, and want it to grow. We choose special seeds. Okay, we plant those, and then we have patience, and we wait for them. We weed the garden. We water the garden. Now, the reason that we do this is because while those seeds are underground, they're evolving. The seed, at that moment that it's underground, it's not ready to be above ground. It's not ready for the wind or the rain or the snow or the hot summer sun. It's not ready for any of that. It is the downtime in the ground that makes it ready for that, so it can evolve. It evolves to become the next grandest version of itself, right? Which is the little plant, right? And it just keeps evolving, always in the right time. And that's what we do with our downtime. Our downtime prepares us, allows us to evolve to the next grandest version of ourselves also. Okay, we deserve that time. Downtime is sacred. It is sacred to us. And it is a vital part of our spiritual, our physical, and our emotional growth. Now, life for us, it's not about reaching all these great spiritual truths and saying, oh, well, this is how it is, and this is how it is, and this is how it is. I'm done now, you know, and go watch TV or something. Life is constantly evolving for us. Transformation is an ongoing process for us. And the transformation is what occurs when we remember what it is that works through us. And when we remember what it is that we are, channels for the divine to express through. Okay, we come from the divine. We are an idea in the mind of God. Lao Tzu said, use the light that dwells within you to regain your natural clarity of sight. Now, it is our relationship with the light within us that allows us to experience our own spiritual unfoldment. And we get that by practicing it day by day by day. So until next time, remember that you are a divine child of a loving creator. You are a force for good. You are a light and you light the way. With every beat of your heart and with every breath you take, you radiate light and love into the world around you. With every step you take, you are blessed, and so it is. Thank you. Macy, could you bring the box up here, please? Thank you, darling. She was so helpful today getting the chair set up. Yay. Putting the my little Taurus.
She's a Taurus. That means she's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely, there for me. Okay, so here we have our prayer box. And within this box there are prayers from people who maybe we don't know yet, or maybe people we know and love already. But they're requests, okay, to have the light expressing through them and to have that awareness. So we're just going to take a few moments, we're going to close our eyes and just find ourselves centered and just see that light growing and expanding within you right now. And just let it expand right on out of your body. So it's just so big. Let that light grow and grow. Let it grow bigger than this room. And then we imagine that anyone who has any request for any kind of healing at all, whether it's physical or emotional or spiritual, we remember for them what made them, and that their divine purpose is to allow love to express through them. We see them healed and whole already in the mind of God. And then we think about any of our own concerns, any of our own worries. And we put those also into the light. We ask for the awareness to remember who sent us here and what works through us. We see all of our concerns already healed and whole in the mind of God. And we just let the light work through us for our highest good and the highest good of those around us. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Okay, so we're doing the potluck next week. Yes, okay. Well, so now we'll sing our song.